Every person in your life right now, your closest friend, your worst enemy, that stranger who changed something in you without even knowing, every single one of them is carrying a signal, and you have been misreading it your entire life. Let me show you what I mean. Psychologists have spent decades studying why certain people lift us and certain people drain us, why some connections feel like oxygen and others feel like slow poison. And what they found is not what most people want to hear, because the problem is almost never the other person. But we will get to that. The first signal is white. Think about the most random interaction of your life. A stranger on the street, someone you sat next to once, a person you never saw again. But something they said stuck. Maybe it pointed you towards something. Maybe it made you rethink a decision. Maybe it showed you a direction you would have never found alone. They did not walk with you. They were never meant to. White signal people are road signs. They do not travel your journey. They just show you that a road exists, and then they are gone. Psychology calls this passive social influence, the way brief human interactions can redirect the entire trajectory of a person's life without either person realizing it. Do not underestimate the white signal. Sometimes the stranger who spoke to you for 3 minutes changed the next 3 years of your life. The second signal is green, and I need you to really hear this one. Green signal people believe in you before you believe in yourself, not after you succeed, not when things are going well, before, during, even when you fail. You did something, maybe it was not even that impressive, but they saw something in it nobody else saw. They pushed you forward when everything in you said stop. You went through your darkest season, and they did not flinch. Their belief in you does not depend on your performance, does not depend on your mood, does not depend on what you can give them back. That consistency, that unconditional showing up, is what Carl Rogers spent his entire career studying. He called it unconditional positive regard, and he said it was the rarest thing one human being can offer another. He was right, because here's the reality. Most people will go through their entire life and experience this from maybe 2 or 3 people, maybe 1, sometimes none. So if someone comes to your mind right now while I'm saying this, do not take them lightly. Green signal people are not perfect. They have their own battles, their own darkness. But when it comes to you, they choose to show up green every single time. That is not common. That is everything. And then there is the black signal. And this is where I need you to slow down, because this is the most misunderstood signal of all 3. Black signal people are not always bad people, but when you are around them, something happens. Your energy drops, the conversation drains you, you leave feeling less than when you arrived. You are moving towards something, and they become the weight on your feet. Not always on purpose, not always with bad intention, but consistently, the connection costs you more than it gives you. Gottman's research on interpersonal relationships showed that certain human dynamics create what he called negative sentiment override, where the emotional weight of a connection becomes so heavy it starts affecting how you see yourself. That is the black signal. But here's the part that will change how you see everything. That same person, the one who drains your energy completely, is somebody else's green. Right now, someone out there thinks that exact person is the most uplifting human they have ever met, and they are not wrong, because the black signal is not about who they are, it is about who they are with you. Now, before you go and start labeling everyone in your life, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be honest. Have you ever made someone feel like they do not belong without meaning to? Have you ever been so caught up in your own world that someone who needed your green only got your black? Psychologists call this attribution bias. We judge other people by their character, but we judge ourselves by our circumstances. In other words, we call them toxic and call ourselves stressed. So here's the real question this framework is asking. It's not
who in your life is black signal. It is, what signal are you sending and to who right now?
3 signals. Every human carries one, but never just one. You are someone's green right now. You are someone's black right now. You are someone's white right now. And none of that makes you good or bad. It makes you human. The only question worth asking is whether you are being intentional about which signal you are sending. That is the work. That is the real work. Drop in the comments, which signal do you think you send most? And be honest. The most honest comment gets pinned.